The search for independence and who you really are is something that most people can relate to, especially in a time like this. As university students, we're stepping into a new world where what we do, who we are, and what we like is continuously challenged. Our film explores this concept and the challenges we all face in pursuit of our dreams and independence. The protagonist, Giselle Lopes, trudges through these same struggles of cultivating confidence and independence in one's life. Giselle, 28 years old and living in central Sydney, is a doctor and grew up in a family of doctors. Her parents have always had a crucial role in her decision-making progress, a status which has been difficult to break away from as she moves forward in her life. She was brought up in a house of science. Both her parents are atheists and have forced a very logical and organised lifestyle upon her. With only her pet green tree snake to give her company, Giselle has strayed from these philosophies and formed a fascination with the spiritual. She's extremely interested in astrology and tarot readings, bringing her to learn how to read star charts and gaining an understanding of the influence dreams can have. Due to her lack of independence, she doesn't trust in her ability to make the right decision, which has derailed a lot of her self-confidence, in spite of all of her achievements in her field. The film opens to a dream sequence. Giselle walks through a deserted campsite. She picks up a newspaper from the ground, and is drawn to the headline, which tells of a seemingly unstoppable outbreak in Somalian refugee camps. She lowers the newspaper and sees a young boy. He looks at her for a moment, and then starts to cough up blood and falls to the ground. She attempts to approach the boy, but then she wakes up. This dream is the first event that pushes Giselle towards her internal and external changes. The morning after, she researches Somalia to find out the outbreak is very real, and the borders are closing the next day. Further research into the disease shows that while the virus is currently without a vaccine, temporary treatments have been discovered, and there's a call for assistance in further development. Not believing in coincidences, she calls her close friend Yasmin and expresses her desire to give aid to the Somali people, which Yasmin overwhelmingly supports. By taking such a step, and risking not only her well-being, but potentially throwing away her life in Sydney, Giselle gets closer to breaking free from the mold of dependency that she's stuck in. After assessing her own capabilities and what she could offer to the cause, Giselle makes it her mission to catch the last flight to Somalia later that night, as she knows her abilities could have a huge impact on the creation of a vaccine. But, so caught up in her decision, she's forgotten about the gala she was meant to attend with her parents that night, who have now arrived at her home to pick her up. Giselle attempts to explain her plans to her parents, but they heavily disapprove and forbid such a rash decision. Posing as an immovable physical and mental obstacle for Giselle, they finally crack her and convince her to give up her escapades, attend the gala, and conform to her safe, comfortable lifestyle. Beaten down, Giselle meets Yasmin at the gala, who, having heard about the fight, presents Giselle with a physical ticket to Somalia, which is met with a flustered uncertainty. While this should be enough to send her running, she sees her parents and cannot overcome their influence, and pushes the ticket away with tears in her eyes. That's when she catches sight of a news report. Shows a Somali doctor making a plea for assistance. With him, a young boy, the boy from her dreams. Met with a third opportunity for change, Giselle turns back to Yasmin and snatches the ticket. As she runs out of the gala, she encounters her final obstacle when she's intercepted by her parents. With this final conflict, her parents threaten their departure from her life, but she shows her newfound confidence as she pushes past them and her crippling fear of lost security. Catching a cab to the airport, it dawns on her that she can be her own person and have her own identity separate from her parents' ideologies. As the audience, we witness Giselle's struggle to look past what her parents want and focus on what she needs. Her inability to be her true self is a universal struggle that we all face in search of our place in the world. The key statement of our film is that while there can be countless obstacles in your life, our true antagonist is one's own self-doubt. Acknowledging your own limiting beliefs and taking a risk in order to overcome them is a pivotal step in not only Giselle's story but our own, and that's the message we want to get across with our film. Thank you.